Biffle. This is another edition of Teaching Challenging Kids 101. We've got folks on tonight from, let's greet them. We have folks on tonight from Malaysia and China. Hello to you in Malaysia and China. Welcome on board. Even Oklahoma. Yes, my friends, here we go. Our topic tonight is the triple gold sentence. Let's get down to business. Now, if you're serious about whole brain teaching, think about becoming certified, a board-certified whole brain teaching instructor. You can put that note on your resume, advance in your skills in our wonderful method used by thousands of teachers around the world. You might even climb up to be a board-certified international presenter. It's all free, all online. So for tonight, if you're interested in certification, you're going to be writing about Whole Brain Teaching's triple gold sentence. And you're going to post your answer on the forum under Certification Webcast, the triple gold sentence. We'll read it and we'll award you points. As you accumulate points, you climb the ladder to whole brain teaching certification. Let's just look and see where that certification document is. Right here. Want to be certified? Read all about it. An online PDF. Can you believe that? Let's jump back to me. Hiya, friends. Great program tonight. The triple gold sentence. And listen to me now. Sometimes we have surprises and we put them all at the end. Au contraire, my friends. The surprises are smeared all through the broadcast tonight. Who's ready for a surprise right now? It's a dilly. That's a hint. I'm taking a drink of California Clear. I'm surprising you now. Here we go. Here is, for the first time on the air, Smarty Wonderbeak. Smarty Wonderbeak is a superhero of critical thinking. And notice he's accompanied by his friend Bobo Robo Dilly. Smarty says, to get started, let's begin with a definition of a sentence. And Bobo Robo Dilly says, a sentence is a complete message that starts with a capital letter and ends with an end mark, a period, exclamation mark, or a question mark. Let me talk about my friends here. They arrived on my doorstep a few weeks ago. It is a team of critical thinking superheroes. You're going to see a lot more of them. You're going to get to love them. You might even get a chance to have them in your classroom. Led by Smarty Wonderbeak, who answers all the questions. Bobo Robo Dilly's specialty is anything that has to be memorized. He's got it in his robo memory. So you have material that you need your kids to memorize? That's Robo Dilly's job. Next screen. How about the definition of a paragraph? Bobo Robo Dilly says, a paragraph is 3 or more sentences about one subject, usually stated in the paragraph's first sentence. Definition of an essay, says Smarty Wonderbeak. An essay is 3 or more paragraphs about one big subject, usually stated in the essay's first sentence. Let's look at the gestures. A sentence is a complete message that begins with a capital letter and ends with an end mark, a period, exclamation mark, yes, question mark, huh. What we do in whole brain teaching is we associate core concepts with gestures. Think about it. See how much easier it is to learn. Let's charge forward. Here's our friend Nervous Nita. Okay, but is there any way to make teaching writing easy? Easier. That's our question for tonight. What's the easiest way to get kids to write in the most advanced fashion? Here you go. Writing problems. There's too many goals, too many rules, and too many ways to go wrong. Think about it. Goals. Make things clear. Write a sentence. Use adjectives. Develop your ideas. Back up your arguments. Too many rules. All the things you have to keep track of, both in form and content, and too many ways to go wrong. Could we boil it down? The question for tonight is, what is the simplest way to get kids to write at the most complex level? I think we've got a pattern here that some kindergartners teachers are going to say, we can do this by the spring. Here's Nervous Nita again. You know her. What's the solution? That's the question. Here it is. Back to Smarty Wonderbeak. Remember, Smarty is the guy, the critter, who's full of the critical thinking answers, and his answer is focus a lot of your class time on teaching kids how to write one perfect information-packed sentence, the triple golder. The triple golder. This is so new, I don't even have a gesture for it yet, but I gotta say, I gotta start this way, and maybe like this. Oh yeah, the triple golder. Oh yeah. The idea is that if kids can write this sentence, they will have mastered the key intellectual skills they need to develop a paragraph and an essay. It's sort of like an accordion. Here's the sentence. Oh, here's the paragraph. Here's the essay. Oh, here's the term paper. You can do this little piece here. It's not easy. You can unpack it into lots of fairly complex writing tasks. So the question is, what is the triple gold sentence? Let's look at another of our Wibbities. These are the cartoon superheroes. This is Big Dilly. Big Dilly. I'm so eager to learn more. How about some examples? Gee, wow, the triple golder sounds as much fun as a parakeet circus. Check it out, my friends. When you have Smarty Wonderbeak in class, this hand could be Smarty Wonderbeak, your kids. This hand could be Bobo Robo Dilly. Smarty says, what's the definition of a sentence? Robo Dilly tells him. Smarty says, do you want to know what a triple golder is? And Big Dilly says, yes, I want to know. Big Dilly's whole thing is he's an eager student. He loves examples. He's always encouraging his pals, Smarty Wonderbeak, to tell them more, tell them more, tell them more. You see how these characters could enliven critical thinking in your classroom? Much more to say about them as the weeks unfold. But let's look at some triple golders. Let's get right down to it. Let's don't dink around. Triple golders. This summer we went to the lake, the mountains, and the beach. That's one. Another triple golder. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is funny, has good drawings, and contains characters kids will love. Long division involves 3 steps: division, multiplication, and subtraction. Great advances in astronomy during the Renaissance were developed by Galileo, Kepler, and Brahe. In the Mona Lisa, Leonardo uses optical illusions in the foreground, background, and Mona Lisa's smile. You can see where this is going already. With the triple golder, we are going to state 3 big separate subjects. I like that gesture. 3 big separate subjects. They have to be separate. You'll see why in a second. If we can get kids to write the 3 separate subjects in one sentence, then we're going to unpack that sentence into a paragraph. And then further unpack it into an essay. Are you digging it? Do you see what I'm saying here? Jay Scott says it makes sense. I'm taking a drink. Here's to you, Jay Scott. Oh, people are digging it all over the country. Yes. Let's press forward, my friends. Look at these again. There is the triple golder. Now, here's our friend Big Dilly. See how excited he is. Remember, he is the encourager. Great, fantastic. I want to learn more and more. How about some lower grade examples? That would be fantastic. I love triple golders. My friends, when your kids are using Smarty Wonderbeak and Big Dilly, that's a dynamic learning pair. Big Dilly keeps encouraging Smarty. Smarty keeps rising to Big Dilly's challenge. And Big Dilly has a special challenge. You'll see why he's called Big Dilly. Let's look at some lower grade ones. Check it out. Now, for lower grades, and you'll see for upper grades, let's have some scaffolded sentence frames. Give me an ooh. I see blank and blank. I see blank and blank. I see blank, blank, and blank. I like blank. I like blank and blank. I like blank, blank, and blank. Scaffolded sentence frames. Can you dig it, Budsley? One of the whole brain teaching kindergarten queens. Oh yeah, scaffolded sentence frames. Nancy, I think you can use this in 2nd grade. E.V. Miles, you might even be able to get some kids on the East Coast to use this. You see what a good friend Big Dilly is by asking for examples? Here's some more. Here's some more lower grade examples. This book is about blank and blank. This book is about blank, blank, and blank. We learn about someday I want to be. My friends, let's just stop here. We've got an audience full of the finest teachers in the world. Let's get that straight. Give me some sentence frames that you think lower grade kids, don't worry about the scaffolding, just give me a triple golder sentence frame. Ready, go. I'm going to take a drink. I'll watch the answers fly through here. My favorite foods. I like to. I will see. My favorite. At recess we played. The earthquake was. My favorite part of the weekend was. For fall break we visited. I am good at. The 3 jobs of the skeleton are. Yes, Kate. The noun is. Fall is. Yes. J.M. Gary, do you see you could use this in China? Shaja Jamel, does it make sense for your Malaysian kids? Triple Golders. Now, oh my friends, oh no, oh no, don't be afraid. You've met Bobo Robo Dilly, who specializes in memorizing important information. You've met Super Smarty Wonderbeak, who's the leader of the critical thinking superheroes. And you've met the Big Dilly. But I hope you're sitting down because here comes Uncle Louie Trickster Dilly. Yes! Everybody's got an Uncle Louie Trickster Dilly. Here he is, my friends, for the first time for an international audience. Triple Golders are easy. Here's one. I like to have fun, play, and have a good time. You see what the Trickster Dilly is up to. He's going to give the wrong answers. And in whole brain teaching, we believe if a kid can give a wrong answer on purpose, it's not wrong anymore. So, what do we say to Trickster Dilly? I like to have fun, play, and have a good time. That's a triple golder. Au contraire, that is a clinker. I like to have fun, play, and have a good time. Smarty Wonderbeak says, that's a clinker. A triple golder has to be about 3 separate things. Having fun, playing, and having a good time are 2 similar. Now, I would teach the right way, the right way, the right way, and then introduce the wrong way, and I'll show you how we'll weave doing things the right way and the wrong way together with some sentence frames. Use your teacher's intuition as to when to get the kids to do it the wrong way. But do you see? Let's look at the example again. If we say, I like to have fun, play, and have a good time, that is not 3 separate subjects. You cannot unpack that into an essay about anything except having fun. You're just writing sentences. You're not writing a paragraph or an essay. Let's look. Now, Big Dilly, you're just an adorable guy. Tell me about clinkers, Smarty Wonderbeak. I love your examples more and more and more. Let's hit them with some clinkers. Here's some clinkers. Let's look at it full screen. This summer we went to the lake, had a good time, and played in the water. Well, that's not 2 separate things. Having a good time, playing in the water. If you played in the water, you're having a good time. That's only 2. I'm underlining what makes these clinkers. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is funny, silly, and contains characters kids will love. Your students will do this unless you teach them not to. Oh, is that a weird idea? Long division involves 3 steps. Division, taking one number from another, and subtraction. Great advances in astronomy during the Renaissance were developed by scientists, astronomers, and Galileo, as if an astronomer wasn't a scientist, and if Galileo was neither an astronomer or a scientist. In the Mona Lisa, Leonardo used optical illusions in the foreground, Mona Lisa's face, and in Mona Lisa's smile. Wait, if he used them in her face, the smile's in the face. This is where you need lots of repetitions. Believe me, lots of repetitions. It will be easy for your kids to find 2. It was easy for my college kids to find 2. But if you pick the right subject, you can get them to find 3 separate ones. Write Clinkers, write Triple Golders. Here's a suggestion I saw on Facebook. Bring in a bowl of fruit, an apple, an orange, and a coconut. There's 3 separate things there. In the bowl, I see an apple, an orange, and a coconut. Next sentence is going to be about what? I'll say it again, my online friends. In the bowl, I see an apple, an orange, and a coconut. What is the very next sentence going to be about? You tell me online. I'm taking a drink. Apple. I see an apple, orange, and coconut. The next sentence has got to be about apple. What's the next sentence about? I'm waiting. Orange, Scott. East Coast. Do you see that with the Triple Golder, the mystery of how to write a tightly organized paragraph is solved for the first time in a kid's life? He knows what the next 3 sentences have got to be about. Now, I think if I was in kindergarten, I'd do, I see a bowl of fruit, and then several sentences about the bowl of fruit. I see an apple, several sentences about an apple. I see an apple and an orange, a sentence about the apple, a sentence about the orange. Ease them up to it. And they speak with the teach okay, lots of verbal reps. Here's more from that adorable Uncle Louie trickster Dilly. He says, there's nothing wrong with Clinkers. You're just giving more details. Teachers love details. You see how adorable that Uncle Louie is? Look at the pattern. In a Triple Golder, you have a subject that has one part, another part, and another part, like vacation, lake, beach, mountains. In a Clinker, you have a subject that has one part and then 2 overlapping parts, vacation, lake, water fun, and water fun. That's what makes it a Clinker. Use those trees to make it clearer. Oh, my friends. It's Dilly Dilly. Dilly Dilly, welcome. Good to be here, Coach. Dilly, your voice sounds an awful lot like mine. Doesn't that make life easier, Coach? It does. Dilly, can I tell them what your superhero critical thinking specialty is? Coach, please tell them. My friends, Dilly Dilly asks questions that always begin with either who, what, where, when, why, or how. Those 6 questions are the universal questions that can get at information about anything, anywhere, any when, any process. Dilly Dilly is so powerful with those questions. So here's Dilly Dilly. You had the kids read some stuff and she says, who's the main character? What did she do? Where did she go? When does the story start? Why does she get lost in the woods? How is she going to solve her problems? Dilly Dilly is a sockless hand puppet. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Perfect for kindergarten, you say? Perfect for college, I say. Now, my friends, don't worry about writing. This is what I don't. Why are you worried about writing this down? At the end of the broadcast, I'll give you a chance to get all the slides. Give me an just relax. And online, we have Jeff Battle, our secondary guru, one of the most experienced whole brain teachers in the nation. Jeff, we've introduced the Wibbities. I'll leave you to imagine what that means. Now, remember the question here. The question was from Dilly Dilly, why should kids learn to write triple golders? Here's the answer. Triple golders teach the fundamental writing skill, which is almost never present when kids speak, dividing a topic into logical parts. Thus, triple golders represent writing's most difficult challenge, verbal organization. My friends, the triple golder, the kind of thinking needed to write a triple golder, is the kind of thinking needed to write an essay with three main parts in the body. It's pattern thinking, not sentence thinking. We'll talk more about that in a second. Now, look what Dilly Dilly has come up with. How could you move from a triple golder sentence to a triple golder paragraph? Notice she's using her how question. Here's Smarty Wonderbeat. Once the triple golder is mastered, it's a fairly short, easy step to a tightly organized paragraph. Each part of the triple golder is expanded into its own sentence. My friends, would you like to see some examples of turning a triple golder sentence into a paragraph? Aleutian Fox, you're up there in the Arctic. Let me just show you some examples. But before that, you know what's going to happen. Just testing you. Who's coming on screen next? Who loves examples? Who wants to be taught? Not Uncle Louie. Uncle Louie's the trickster. Big Dilly. Example time. I love example time. Love, love, love it. Golly, I'm just crazy about learning, but look out. I've got a Dilly question for you. I'm stopping there. Big Dilly. You notice we got all these Dillies? Bobo Robo Dilly, Dilly Dilly, Big Dilly, Uncle Trickster Dilly. They're called Dillies because they come up with Dillies. If you can get your kids to think of ordinary questions and then Dillies, critical thinking, deep thinking really starts with the Dilly. I remember when I solved the riddle of the Mona Lisa. I'm the only one in the world, besides my students, who understands the riddle of the Mona Lisa. Someday I'll solve the riddle of the Mona Lisa for you, but not tonight, my friends. You're just going to have to be sleepless. All right, here's some examples of triple golders. Yes, I'm set up to send you the slides tonight. Give me a whoa. Look at this. This summer we went to the lake, the beach, and the mountains. We stayed for a week at the lake, and I learned to sail. Next, we went to Malibu Beach for a family reunion. Finally, my brothers and I took several long hikes in the mountains. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Subject vacation, lake, beach, mountains. Triple golder, there's the paragraph. Let's do it again. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is funny, has good drawings, and contains characters kids will love. From the first page, the author shows he has a great sense of humor. I especially like the drawings because they help me see the scenes. Mike and Jeff, the two main characters, are just the kinds of kids that everyone my age will love. Now, it's not about a vacation, Coach B. It's about diary. Yes. 3 parts, funny drawings, and lovable. You see the pattern. Let's do it again. Long division involves 3 steps: division, multiplication, subtraction. So a sentence about division, a sentence about multiplication, and a sentence about subtraction. Subject, part 1, part 2, part 3. Not about vacation, Coach B. It's about long division. Oh, it's so great to be able to collect your mistakes and correct them on the fly. Let's look at an upper grade example, the kind of thing that Jeff Battle would use. Great advances in astronomy in the Renaissance were made by Galileo, Kepler, and Brahe. Galileo overturned Aristotle's geocentric view of the universe. Kepler made accurate observations of the solar system to further reinforce Galileo's position. Brahe provided mathematical support for the work of his 2 predecessors. Now, stop for a second. Look at that. That's the first paragraph. You see, I took the triple golder, I wrote my first paragraph. What is the next paragraph going to be all about? I'm going to take a drink. You tell me what the next paragraph's about. Paragraph 2, what's it about? J. Cruz takes a wild guess and says Galileo. Yes. Well, that was easy. What's paragraph 3 going to be about? Can you tell me that? Paragraph 3. No, paragraph 3 is not about Brahe. It's about Kepler. Let me explain why. Let's look at this. Here's paragraph 1. The next paragraph is going to be about Galileo. The third paragraph is about Kepler. The fourth paragraph is about Brahe. And then we go to the conclusion. Let's look at it. Let's look at what Big Dilly has to say. They call me Big Dilly because some of my questions are real dillies. How could you start with a triple golder sentence and write a triple golder college-style essay? That's what you're here for tonight. Isn't that a dilly? Yes, Big Dilly, that's a dilly. And here's what he says. It would be really great if you could start with a lower grade example. Yes, lower grade, that would be a dilly. So, here's my challenge. I feel intuitively that we can get kids to write longer and better organized structures with this system at lower grades. I said on Facebook, and I'm taking off my glasses, I said I'd show you a pattern for a 5-paragraph essay that kindergartners can write by the spring. I said that. I'm going to back it up. I had a comment which hurt me. The comment was, it's not developmentally appropriate to have kindergartners write 5-paragraph college-style essays. Someone said that. Someone else sent me an email and said, that's an absurd claim. Ho, 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 ho. Coach B likes that kind of feedback. You tell me. Here we are. Here's the pattern. Get your kindergartners eventually to write the triple gold sentence. Then give them a color-coded pattern. Just with, just this piece right here. You'll get there with a blank and blank. They can write part 1 sentence and part 2 sentence. They can speak it. Then slowly move them down to this structure here. Let me explain the structure. Look at the cool curvy arrows. The triple golder, the exact triple golder is repeated at the end. Don't even worry about writing an advanced conclusion. Just get them the idea that in the conclusion, you're going to refer back to the beginning. The exact part 1 sentence is repeated here. The exact part 2 sentence is repeated here. The exact part 3 sentence is repeated there. Same sentence. So very few sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is stretching a kindergartner to the max, which is where we should be stretching all of our kids. We can get there. And if not, we've gotten further than we ever dreamed of getting. But I believe kindergartners can do this if we move it forward slowly. You could do it in groups. The color coding and the arrows make it so much clearer. And it works for narratives as well as expository. There are 3 events in the story. The giant, Jack and the Beanstalk. In Jack and the Beanstalk, Jack climbs the beanstalk, zoop, air comma, goes into the giant's castle, zoop, and escapes with the golden goose, zoop. Climbing the beanstalk, castle, golden goose, first paragraph. Expand those. That's a narrative, my friends. Narrative, 3 separate chronological units. Expository, 3 separate logical units. Yes, my friends. Let's look at the next screen. Here's Biffy Bluebird's claim. If a kindergartner can write the first paragraph, she has the skill necessary to write the rest of the paragraph. You see that? The rest of the paragraph. If you can write... Here, wait, my friends. Would you like to see... This is great. Would you like to see a sample essay, which I believe kindergartners could write by the end of their kindergarten year? You want to see it? Well, pour it on then, my friends. I'm just sitting here drinking. Barb 2A, you'll believe it when you see it, huh? I got a lot of people who are really climbing out of their teaching skins. Here it is, my friends. I'll show you. Tell me if you think a kindergartner could eventually write this. I like soccer, baseball, and football. Soccer's lots of fun. I'm a good hitter in baseball. My dad and I play football. I've seen kindergartners who can write sentences like that. Soccer's lots of fun. I like running and scoring goals. Someday I'll be great at soccer. I'm a good hitter in baseball. Practice has helped me hit. I love to hit home runs. My dad and I play football. We play in the yard after dinner. Sometimes I let my dad win. I like soccer, baseball, and football. There you are. Give them as much oral practice as you can. Oral practice, oral practice, oral practice. Group writing, write individually. You are in the trenches. I'm just up here in the ivory tower dreaming these things up. But my intuition tells me we have kindergartners who can do this. Break it into months, my friends. This is a year-long assignment for kindergarten. 6th grade, you could teach it in a day. Here's Smarty Wonder Beak's next claim. If a kindergartner can write the first sentence, she has the skill to write the whole stinking essay. All right, online poll. How many people, and you're not going to hurt my feelings, I just may never broadcast again. How many people think kindergartners could do this by the late spring? Yay or nay? I'm taking a drink. Wow. Awful lot of yeses and I do's, and some of this is from kindergarten teachers. Not sure, says someone. Not in one sitting. This is months and months of work, my friends. I honestly don't know. Majority, yeah. How about first or second graders? I mean, Jeff Battle thinks so. Yes. Second semester. Yeah. You see that? Start him down the road towards logical, structured thinking. Now, how about an upper grade example all the way to high school? All right, here it is. Now this, my friends, I want you to understand, I'm taking the lid off. I'm showing you how high this can go. High school. Middle school. Here's what it looks like. Here's a model from the writing game, Puzzle 15. Once we get them thinking the triple parts, then we're going to have just a straight topic sentence with no and. Cesar Chavez was a very positive leader. Then stuff about money, stuff about making farm work safer, stuff about nonviolent change. Then we're going to paraphrase that first sentence. We don't need paraphrasing in kindergarten or first grade or second grade. Paraphrase the second sentence. Paraphrase the third sentence. Several conclusions. And there it is. Now, here's my argument. Once a kid has in their gut what it means to write according to a pattern, we can start changing the pattern. But we got to get them to pattern thinking first. And once we do, the sky's the limit. And if you don't like this pattern, make a new one. But this is a relatively sophisticated short essay. I'd be happy to get it in 13th or 14th grade. The first sentence is the topic sentence, is the thesis sentence. Now, what would be the simplest way to teach kids to write triple Golders? I think you want to know this, because I haven't touched on the trick yet. I'm just going to sit back. I haven't touched on the trick yet. I've given some hints about the trick. But we do need to know how to teach kids to write this. And Dilly's right. What would be the simplest way? Here it is, my friends. No more waiting. You guys are just there. Use scaffolded sentence frames, alternating clinkers and triple Golders. Give me a woo-hoo-hoo. So first, I like blank. Double clinker. I like blank and blank. Double Golder. I like blank and blank. Triple clinker, triple Golder. There you are. You see that? I like sports. I like sports and playing games. That's the double clinker. I like soccer and baseball. That's the double Golder. I like soccer, baseball, and kicking a ball. That's the clinker. You see that? Teach me, teach me, teach me, says Big Dilly. More scaffolded sentence frames that will show kids how to write triple golders. Here's some more examples. I see. I see blank and blank. I see blank, blank, and blank. Name the topic, clink it, gold it, triple clink it, triple gold it, over and over and over again. Here's another. Our room is. You see? That's the trick. Sentence frames that alternate the right and the wrong way to do it. Wrong way, right way. Wrong way, right way. You know what that is, my friends? It's the wrong way, right way, cha-cha-cha. Wrong way, right way, a wrong way, a right way. Oh, yeah. Here's some more. Reading can teach you. That's how we build that sentence frame. Batman is. Can you dig it? Now here comes Big Dilly back, and he is such an important part of the critical thinking superheroes. Now how about some upper grade examples of scaffolded sentence frames? Who could dig that? Upper grade examples, scaffolded sentence frames. I'm taking a shot. Here's to you, my friends. Here's a good question that came up. Districts don't want kids to start sentences with I. Make that a rule. Batman is blah, 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 blah. The bowl of fruit is blah, 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 blah. Our room is blah, 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 blah. Take the noun, take out the I like. I'm talking about how can we get kids started the easiest way, shift it up. Here's the exciting thing. There's no, because we had a budget problem. We had a budget problem. We can't afford the whole brain teaching police anymore. We've disbanded the entire department. And I'm so sad about that. But there's not going to be any whole brain teaching police anymore looking in your window. You're on your own. Change it up however you want. You'll not have to be wearing the cuffs anymore. All right, here we go. Here's upper grades. Lincoln's greatest achievement was. Two of Lincoln's greatest achievements were blank and blank. Freeing the slaves and the Emancipation Proclamation. That's a clinker. Double golder on Lincoln. Triple gold, triple clinker, triple golder. Here's another one. Scientific method. Double clinker, double golder, triple clinker, triple golder. Pick whatever topic you're writing about and make it into a clinker golder. But here's the problem, says Smarty Wonderbeat. The problem in upper grades is the sentence frames have to be very specific, so you need lots of them. However, here's a powerful scaffolded sentence frame that can be used repeatedly. Are you with me? You see, in upper grades, we have all this specific subject matter. So we're writing these sentence frames on specific subjects, which means that we got to have a whole ton of sentence frames. What if there was an all-purpose upper grade sentence frame? Yeah, I'm taking another shot. I'm getting to the bottom of my glass. Here it is. Here's the all-purpose upper grade sentence frame. By upper grade, you know what I mean. I mean first grade and on up. I mean, we're not kindergartners anymore. Upper grades, you decide what I mean by that. I can see doing this in high school or college. Here it is. Simply list topics that can be plugged in. Crime, sports, TV, video games, World War I. So you have a list of the topics, and then I believe blank because blank. I believe blank because blank and blank. repeat the reason twice. See, so you have the list of topics, 20 or 30 topics, and then you use the I believe, or it's true that blah, 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 or gangs should blah, 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 or World War I, blah, 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 blah. Take out the I believe if you want to. All right, my friends. One more time, why is it important to teach kids triple golders? And here comes Uncle Louie again. He doesn't think it's important. Just let kids write and express themselves. That's the best writing program of all. I'm going to shock you, my friends. Look at me. Look at this face. You are looking at, as you could imagine, a son of the 60s. My friends, my hair rolled and flowed all down my back, as in the Dylan song. You're looking at a Santa Cruz, California hippie. That's who you're looking at, formerly. And 40 years ago, I said, yeah, just let the kids express themselves. Let them use language in all kinds of ways. It took me about 15 years of teaching writing to get over that because I was getting nothing but slop. Writing sentences is not the same as writing essays. Put that over your inner teacher temple. I'll say it again. Writing sentences is not the same as writing essays. So if you want them to write sentences, give them some time. But let's hear what Smarty Wonderbeak has to say. Louie, there's a big difference between writing sentences and writing essays. When we let kids just write, which is a fine occasional exercise, we're not teaching them the structured thinking that is necessary to think clearly and convince others of their strength of their views. And here's the big point, huge point coming. I'm going to lay it out for you. The reason the triple golder is so important is that, as we said one more time, there's a huge difference between writing sentences and writing an essay. When we're writing sentences, we think about what comes next. Thus, writing sentences isn't much harder than speaking. Too many kids write sentences one after the other, not essays. When we're writing an essay, we have to think about three things. What we're saying, how it fits into what we said before, and how it will fit into what comes next. This triple thinking is challenging. The triple golder focuses this difficult cognitive task into one easy to understand, important, easy to practice task. My friends, another huge point coming. Yes, I'm a son of the 60s, and here is my undying love of revolution. Reward your kids for writing improvement, not writing ability. That's revolutionary. There's Biffy Bluebird. Biffy Bluebird's special focus is on improvement. When you are focused on improvement, every kid has the bar set at the right place, where they were before. When you're focused on ability, you've created a caste system in which the people on top get all the goodies. Oh, look at what Johnny did. And the people on the bottom get the scraps. You'll do better someday. Just try to be more like Johnny. No. Focus on writing improvement, not writing ability. How do you do that? You use the Super Improvers Wall. See the broadcast. Broadcast is on our video library. Now, it gets better. It gets better, my friends. Here is the special treat that has been all through the webcast. Introducing the Wibbities. Here they are. You've seen them. You're going to grow to love them. Let's talk about them individually. Biffy Bluebird, look at me. Introduce the Wibbities just one at a time. Biffy Bluebird always talks about improving. I want you kids to get out Biffy Bluebird and talk to yourself about how you need to improve on this math problem. Talk to yourself about how you need to improve in the neatness of your writing. So Biffy Bluebird, okay, you've got to improve. Make your writing neater. Remember capital letters. Kids love to talk themselves. Biffy is focused on improvement. Smarty Wonderbeak is the lead honcho in the whole brain teaching, critical thinking, superheroes. He gives all the answers. He gives the long stuff. He gives the because clapper, the example popper. Bobo Robo Dilly, whenever you want your kids to repeat core knowledge, get their Robo Dilly out. And notice this, my friends. I'm sure many of you noticed it. But Robo Dilly comes with, look carefully, my friends, he comes with 3 dials. Oh, dial number 1 is volume. Kids can set volume. Dial number 2 is speed, so they can be loud and fast or quiet and slow or anything in between. Dial number 3 is the anything dial. You can dial up anything. Silliness, wacky voices, teeny gestures. Oh, there's so much you can do with Robo Dilly. Let's go back to the Wibbities. We'll be using them in many future broadcasts. Trickster Dilly, you've learned about him. He is always trying to point out the wrong way of doing things. Dilly Dilly asks the who, what, where, when, why, and how questions. And Big Dilly, he's the eager student who always wants to be taught. Here's what's going on. What we've done with the Wibbities is take about 6 critical thinking tasks and divided them up into different characters. 1, we need to have our kids focused on improvement. Biffy Bluebird. 2, we need to have our kids developing long, elaborate explanations. Smarty Wonderbeak. 3, we need kids to know core knowledge. 4, we need kids, and that's Bobo Robodilly. 4, we need kids to see the wrong way of doing things. That's Uncle Trickster. 5, we need to milk these incredible questions, who, what, where, when, why, and how, which apply to anything. That's Dilly Dilly. And 6,